Today, we're diving into a massive shift that's happening right now in how your customers find you online. And if you're a contractor or really any local business, this is a big deal. The way people find you is changing from the ground up, and it's all because of AI. So, let me just ask you something straight up. Are you still paying for leads? From those services that promise a steady stream of new customers? If you are, then you already know the kind of frustration I'm talking about. For years, this was the playbook, right? You pay a service, they send you a name, a phone number. But here's the thing, that model, that old way of getting customers, it's not just old, it's a trap. Let's break down exactly why. And this right here really shows you the gap between the sales pitch and what actually lands in your inbox. You're promised these exclusive, ready-to-hire customers. But what do you usually get? A lead that's also been sold to 4, maybe 5 other contractors, and suddenly you're in a race to the bottom on price for a customer who might not even pick up the phone. So the crucial takeaway is this: you're not actually building an asset for your business. You're just renting a little bit of visibility. And you're doing it in a system that is literally designed to pit you against your competition, not to help you win. The leads are shared, they're full of tire kickers, and the second you stop paying, poof, you're invisible again. But here's where everything gets turned on its head. That entire frustrating game is being disrupted by one massive force: artificial intelligence. It is now at the absolute heart of how search engines like Google work. And the key piece of tech here is something called AI overviews. In fact, I'm sure you've already seen them. You search for something, and instead of just a page full of links, Google gives you a neat little summary right at the very top. Well, for local businesses, this isn't just neat, it's a revolution. So let's use a real-world example. Let's say a homeowner in your town types this exact search into Google. Now, in the past, they'd get a whole list of ads and websites they'd have to sort through themselves, but that's not what happens anymore. Instead, this happens. The AI scans everything it knows about all the local remodelers, and it makes a choice. It decides who is the most credible, the most experienced, the most trusted, and it puts one contractor right at the top. Just one. And this just shows the night and day difference. The old way gave the customer homework. Here are 10 blue links. Go figure it out. The new way, the AI does the homework for them. It makes a direct recommendation. All the power has shifted from the user doing research to the AI making a choice. You see, this changes the entire goal. It's no longer about outbidding everyone for a shared lead. The new goal is to build so much authority, so much trust online, that the AI looks at all the options and has no choice but to pick you. It's about being chosen. So the big question is, how do you do that? How do you actually become the business that AI picks first? Well, the good news is there's a clear playbook for earning that trust. It really boils down to these 3 key steps. Number 1, you have to feed the AI. That means giving it high-quality, trustworthy content about your business that it can easily understand. 2, build instant trust. Things like video are perfect for making a real human connection. And 3, add the right signals. That's all about optimizing your Google business profile, your reviews, all the data points that prove you're the real deal. Now, a key tactic for feeding the AI is something called a ghost page. And don't worry, it's not as spooky as it sounds. It's just a web page that's been built specifically for an AI to read. Think of it like a cheat sheet for the AI, laying out all the reasons you're the best choice in a way it can easily process and then recommend. So when you put all this together, you get a totally new strategy, a modern playbook. It's about a fundamental mindset shift from renting attention every month to actually owning your visibility online. I mean, just look at this comparison. The old playbook is all about buying shared leads from price shoppers. The cost is just a constant drain on your business. But the new playbook, it's about earning direct phone calls from clients who are ready to hire. And the cost isn't an expense anymore. It's an investment in assets that build permanent online authority for your business. Okay, so let's get right to the bottom line. Why does all of this matter so much for every single local business out there starting right now? Because the old system is unbelievably expensive and inefficient. Businesses are paying anywhere from $50 to $200 for a single lead that they still have to fight for. Now just imagine for a second redirecting that money into building an asset that brings you exclusive, high-quality calls for free, pretty much forever. So I'll leave you with this one question to think about for your own business. As you move forward, are you building a business that's designed to constantly buy temporary attention? Or are you building a foundation of trust and authority so that you can simply be chosen? Because the answer to that question is going to define the winners and losers in this whole new world of local search.